Oh, hold on. In your notebook, you should have our focus question for today, and that's what strategies can be used to find surface area. We talked about this last week, but since we're starting off a new week, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page, and you guys also will get to help me today. So I'm going to draw a shape, and while I'm drawing the shape, I want you guys to think, what is this shape that she's drawing? Okay, so think to yourself. I'm going to draw, I should tell you I'm going to draw the net, actually.
Should we draw the net too?
Yes, you should. Thank you for asking. All right, who has an idea what type of net I have here? Oh, I love your hand. Let's, Avery, what do you think?
A cube.
It is not a cube, but that's a really good guess. Do you know why it's not a cube?
Oh.
What do you recognize about the faces? All of the faces, there's some different edge lengths, there's different areas. Miss David, you look so excited. What would you like to share?
You know what?
I'm sorry you guys are so excited. Yes.
It's a rectangular prism.
You are so close. It is a prism. It's part of the prism family.
Wait.
We could call it that for sure, if we were thinking about squares and rectangles. We're going to call this for today a square prism.
Oh, that.
Give me a thumbs up right here if that's the idea that you had, since there were so many of you. Give me a thumbs up right here if that's what you were thinking. So we're going to talk about this square prism. If you could call it a rectangular prism too, the big thing for us to keep in mind is that we have a square on the base. That's supposed to be a square. And on all of our sides, we have rectangles. So in your drawing, I want you to double check to make sure you have squares and that you have rectangles right here. That's going to be really important. Okay? Take a sneak peek at your buddies' notes and make sure that theirs have it too. And give them a little bit of help if they need it. All right. So now we're going to find the surface area for this. Who has a really great strategy for how we can figure out the surface area? I see two super brave kids. A great strategy to find the surface area of this. Oh, look at you, smart guy, checking out your notes. Lucy, what are you thinking?
Well, isn't that maybe find we need to find an area of one of the squares.
Okay.
And then we need to find the area of one of the rectangles. And then you can multiply that, or then you can multiply the area of the square times 2 because there are 2.
You are so efficient. So she's thinking find the area of this, and because there's 4 of them, multiply it by 4. Find the area of this, and then multiply it by 2. And there's 2 of them. One last step that we need to do after that. Maggie, what are you thinking?
Add them together?
Yeah, add all that together. You got it. So let's go through that, guys and gals. So we're going to pretend that this side, I measured this, and I measured very carefully because I really like to be precise. That's really important to me. I'm going to say that this side is 3, and this side is 2. Remember, mathematicians, we're super precise when we do things. As we are most scientists, we're like checking our work for like punctuation as well. Scientists. All right. So I'm going to go through this with you guys, and I would love for you to make sure that you're taking notes with me. So I'm going to color code this too, just because I love it when things are color coded, and this will be kind of fun for you guys. So I want to start by finding the area of this right here. Judah, I'm going to ask you a question in just a minute, okay? Okay. So I want to find the area of this right here. If I want to find the area of that, what am I going to do?
2 times 3.
2 times 3, you got it. Oops, I'm doing it with a big highlighter. 2, and let's say, we'll say these are feet. Does that sound okay with you guys?
Yeah.
So I have 2 feet by 3 feet. So Judah, what would be my area for that section?
6 feet.
Almost? Gotta add one more thing.
6 feet square.
Yeah, 6 feet squared or 6 square feet, either one will work. So we're gonna do that for each one of our other sections. So I'm gonna do this quickly, so hang on. This part right here is also going to be 2 feet by 3 feet, which Judah already told us is 6 feet squared. Okay. I have 2 feet here and 3 feet here. And these will all be the same here. Okay. So for all of these rectangles here, I can find the same thing. This right here is also going to be 2 feet by 3 feet, which is 6 feet squared. I'm gonna have to start writing a little smaller. This part right here will also be 2 feet by 3 feet, which will give us 6 feet squared. And Lucy told us at the beginning we didn't even have to do all that work. She said you could just find it once and multiply it by 4. She's totally right. Since this is a square, these dimensions on the side are going to be the same. Okay. Calder, what's going to be the area of this square right here?
2 by 2.
Yeah, those will be the dimensions. What's the area going to be?
4.
You got it.
And then you can multiply that by 2. And then you can add 24 by, or you can add 24 by 8 and get 32.
You're so good. I'm going to walk you guys through what Calder just said. He had some really great ideas. So, looking at this, I just added a few more parts to this. We have this part in green that was 2 feet by 2 feet, which gives us 4 feet squared. And there's 2 of those, so we could just multiply by 2. But I'll just write out the dimensions just so if you look at this later in your notes, you know what you're looking at. So if we add, look, my writing got smaller and smaller. I was like, no, I'm going to run out of room. So if I add all these up, I have 6, I'll do 6 plus 4, 6 plus 4, that's 20. 26. So I have 32 feet squared. Feet squared. But I'm going to write this how Lucy told me I could write it at the very beginning. And that's what I can do 2 times 3. And I have 4 groups of 2 times 3, right? This is like what 8th graders do. And then I have 2 times 2, and I have 2 groups of that. And that will give me my answer. So that's like saying 6 times 4 plus 4 times 2, which is 24 plus 8, which would give us 32 feet squared. I'm going to stop right there, and then I'm going to take a couple of questions from you guys.